Hi, Paul Mascetta here. Today I want to talk to you about something called hypnotic influence. It sounds pretty mystical, but it's actually pretty easy to implement. Emotions play a huge part in the decision-making process of any human being. This is the reason why you should always attempt to make an emotional impact on your subject, not only through your verbal and your non-verbal channels of communication, but also through your vocal channel. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the theory of the three language channels, here's a quick recap. The vocal channel of communication includes intonation and your voice's pitch. Vocal language is our first language, and it's existed well before human beings began creating formal scripts and local languages. Humans respond to vocal language automatically. Our understanding of vocal language is instinctual. No one has to teach us how to react to changes in the vocal channel. We just know. Our understanding of vocal language is part of our primordial survival instincts. Verbal language is limited to the words that we speak. This includes coagulisms, idioms, etc. Any form of conventional verbal expression is communicated through verbal language. Nonverbal language or body language constitutes more than 50% of a person's message at any given time. As you can imagine, that's extremely important, that's extremely valuable to know. But vocal language is just as important as the other two channels of communication. If you neglect your vocal channel, your final message may not be as powerful as you may have hoped. But if you know how to manipulate the tonality of your speech, you'll have full control of how ideas are actually relayed to the subject. The hit and miss nature of verbal language will be reduced, and you'll be able to increase your chances of persuading someone a lot more quickly. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about tonality and pace. There are three main tones that you can use during a conversation, and they include flat, upward, and downward. When you need to convey plain information to someone for his own analysis, and they really need to sit and think about what you're saying, you want to use a flat tone. When you use a flat tone, your voice is as level as possible, and you will not attempt to arouse any emotion in the subject. The upward tone, on the other hand, is used when you need to ask the subject a question. It can also be used when you want to express a level of uncertainty to the other person. So that's a little bit of a mind trick right there. If you really just want to increase the amount of uncertainty, or just place uncertainty inside the person's mind to begin with, you can do that using that technique. Questions are often used in situations where the influencer is conditioning the subject to agree with him. And finally, we have the downward tone. This tone is often used to create an air of authority. So if you want to sound like a boss when you're talking, try lowering your tone toward the end of each sentence. People around you will feel that you're positioning yourself as an authority. This may or may not benefit you. It really depends on the situation at hand. Now, if you're in a situation where you have to showcase your expertise, your competence, your experience in a particular subject or area to others, then the downward tone just might help convince others that you're indeed an expert in your field. But, and this is a big but, if you're offering a tiny suggestion to a fellow employee, the downward tone could actually backfire on you, because the subject will feel that you're looking down on him and you're actually giving him a command. Now, commands are fine if you really are someone's immediate superior, but if you're dealing with someone who is more or less your equal, this tone is not going to be the best choice.